Thanks for being here with us on our streaming show. I'm Heather Brown.
And I'm AJ Hilton. We are following breaking news this morning. We now know a Richfield police officer is injured and another person is dead. This stems from an incident around 3:45 this morning.
Our Barrett Leone live in Richfield right now with new details. Barrett.
Hey, good morning, AJ, Heather. We are on scene right now, and it's still really an active scene. We're learning more details. The BCA, Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, is right behind me in this alleyway, as well as multiple squad cars, police tape blocking off this duplex. And we're learning more. Like I said, Richfield police say they responded to a report of a car prowler in this area, and they found a suspect in the area. The suspect ran and showed a gun. That's when the shooting started, and both the suspect and officer were shot. Now, the suspect died at the scene. The officer was taken to a local hospital for a gunshot wound to the hand. We do have video from earlier this morning where you can see an ambulance and several police cars rushing to HCMC. We now know that this is connected to the shooting here in Richfield. We know that Minneapolis Police State Patrol and the Sheriff's Office were at HCMC earlier this morning and continue to be there. We know that sometimes that happens to show support for an injured officer. And again, this area is still blocked off, a really busy area too. We know Penn Avenue is just to my right here. Again, the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is leading this investigation. That officer was shot in the hand. We don't know his condition, but the deputy chief did tell me he expects that officer to be okay.
Barrett, I know this is a very, very busy area. I know there's a middle school that's nearby as well. Have there been any impacts as far as people getting out of that neighborhood this morning?
Not too much. It's a couple blocks that are blocked off here on West 76th Street. So Newton Avenue South is over here, Penn Avenue right here. So it's the westbound lane that is still blocked off at this point, but again, just a few blocks. So you'll just have to work around this area. You can see traffic on the eastbound lane still passing through here.
All right, our Barrett Leone live for us this morning in Richfield. Thank you. Now, of course, we will share more on this breaking news just as soon as we learn it. Fraud is still front and center in Minnesota, and now the accused ringleader of the massive Feeding Our Future fraud scheme is facing new allegations of leaking sensitive details on the case and using her own son to do it.
Prosecutors say this was not accidental. They believe Aimee Bock orchestrated a plan from behind bars in an attempt to shift the blame away from herself. And Bock's attorneys say that she just wants to get the whole truth out and doesn't mean any harm. According to new court filings, Bock allegedly told her college-aged son to download sensitive documents and interviews tied to a federal case and then send it to lawmakers and members of the media using a fake email address. Prosecutors say some of the documents were under court order and never should have been shared publicly.
They argue that the leaks could harm witnesses and the integrity of the case, and they're now asking a judge to sanction Bock and restrict communications with her family ahead of the sentencing.
In the motion filed Tuesday, prosecutors say Bock, quote, is using these protected materials solely for the improper purpose of waging a public relations campaign in advance of sentencing, rehashing her failed self-serving trial defense, end quote. And that sadly, but unsurprisingly, she is using her own son to violate the court's order and corrupt the legal process.
Now, Bock's attorney says that she's crying for help. When we talked with her back in January one-on-one, she defended herself. We're going to have more on that coming up in the next half hour. But Bock was convicted last year on multiple federal charges that are tied to the Feeding Our Future fraud scheme. Since 2021, 92 people have been charged in that scheme, exploiting the COVID-era federal program that was meant to feed kids. 67 have been convicted. Bock's next motion hearing, that's set for tomorrow, and then her sentencing, that's scheduled for May 22nd.
People who have ripped us off are getting caught, and they are going to jail, just like today.
Fraud was one of the focuses of Governor Tim Walz's final State of the State address. His second term will end in about 8 months' time. And throughout the speech, he insisted he has worked hard to combat the fraud that has overwhelmed so much of Minnesota.
He also talked about what he considers a long list of legislative accomplishments. Our Aimee Murphy tells us about the address along with the Republican response.
Been a complicated 7 years, to say the least.
Governor Tim Walz's speech was laced with references to the hard times the state has endured.
Our season of grief began last summer when we lost Melissa and Mark.
The governor went on to list the state's other tragedies as the Hortman's adult children and parents of Annunciation victims looked on from the gallery. The governor cited Operation Metro Surge and the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
We gather tonight in the long shadow of all those tragic transformative losses. And yet, the state of our state remains strong.
The governor ticked off a list of what he and the DFL see as historic legislative accomplishments.
Since paid leave successfully launched on January 1st, we've approved more than 54,000 applications.
But he also acknowledged the overwhelming and continuing toll of fraud.
But as we've seen in recent months and just today, the more generous your support system is, the more oversight you need to make sure people aren't taking unfair advantage.
After the speech, Republicans said the governor's actions are too little, too late.
Just hearing from the governor, what I would say is the state of Minnesota is somewhat disappointing.
Esme Murphy, WCCO News.
During the address, the governor threw out a few proposals that he wants passed before his term is up. That would include things like expanding the child tax credit and a tax on social media companies.
And that would fund Minnesota's plan to deal with the impacts of AI, artificial intelligence. Accomplishing those goals, though, that'll be tough in an evenly divided legislature. The FBI and Homeland Security have carried out coordinated raids that's across the metro, and this took place at child care and autism centers.
Agents were seen going in and out of several facilities yesterday. They were carrying boxes of evidence and taking pictures. Yesterday's raid followed allegations tied to fraud in the Child Care Assistance Program. It's a program, according to industry leaders, that's a safety net for low-income families. Claire Sanford with the Minnesota Child Care Association says one major concern is good ethical providers walking away amid these raids.
We have had those experiences of people outside of law enforcement feeling emboldened to take matters into their own hands and really do awful things to terrorize child care providers.
Still, concerns about fraud, they're on the minds of many people. We spoke with a woman who works on a cleaning crew at one scene of one of the raided facilities. That's Empower Skill Academy in Fridley. She says she's had some suspicions about the facility in the past.
For the most part, I can say they were very nice. It just didn't seem to be run as what I would think of as a formal daycare.
Empower is among 5 autism sites that were raided yesterday. All of them use state dollars to help people with autism under the age of 21. They each get hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in reimbursements each year. Both federal and state officials believe that all 5 are fraudulently getting that money. And whether or not these are legitimate businesses will ultimately be decided by the courts. There were no arrests or formal charges yesterday. And the ICE surge from earlier this year, that stemmed from the fraud crisis here in our state.
And now there could be changes coming to how ICE can detain people they arrest. The Second Circuit Appeals Court rejected the Trump administration's policy, which expanded which immigrants could face a mandatory detention. The rejected change included people who have lived here for years. Before, you could be eligible for bond hearings and fight deportation without being detained.
So who is subject to mandatory detention? Well, it's mostly limited to undocumented immigrants who just got here or are convicted of certain crimes. DHS says they'll take that case to the higher courts.